Travolta. It's delayed.
I love you, Amendham.
We should all speak like with an echo. you know. Uh, yeah, the underwater
So,
came. Unfortunately, it sank today. Fucking goddamn water! It leaked. I finally found a fish, right? And I said, oh, this is great. I got right into like the little nest of the sunfish, and the sunfish was getting all crazy because there was a camera in its nest, and so I got some really good film. And I said, oh, what the hell? I'll go film over on the other side of the pond. And so I go over there and I chuck the camera in, and I reel it back in, and it's fucking full of water. I mean, god damn, it just fucking pisses me off. So it ruined my perfectly good fish video. Never got captured. And besides the camera getting fucked. So I took it apart and I tried to air it out and dry it out, but it's not gonna work. So I was able to find a couple of broken ones on eBay for the same brand. So I bought 2 of them for $12, and so I'll see if I can put one camera together out of the parts. But just really pissed me off. It's just little things like that, it's just irritating. I kind of like the camera, actually. It had some features I really liked, and so I should have used it as a regular camera instead of the one. I mean, I knew there was a possibility the damn thing would leak eventually, but it just pissed me off. Bad timing.
you know what pisses me off, Amendham? Is when you talk about me taking heroin. That pisses me off.
Well, I don't talk
So far.
I don't talk about you taking heroin. I just use heroin as a metaphor for our life of addiction. What the hell is
It's
that
no,
chick's
no.
name?
It's no
Princess
problem,
Zelda.
Amendham.
It's got like
It's
worms
just
on it.
feedback. That's all it is. All it is feedback. You know, I'm just letting you know that that's one thing that you got me with there. But I'm never gonna take heroin, man. I grew up in the '60s and '70s. You and me are never gonna take heroin. So whatever. Say
Well, I
whatever you
mean, yeah,
want.
we're not gonna, even if it does, even if they have got it down to a science, people are, you know, smoking it instead of shooting it and all this other crap. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has such a bad reputation. I mean, I knew people who took heroin and they weren't pretty. I mean, it was an ugly fucking drug.
No, you don't seem to
So,
understand the you don't seem to understand the distinction between psychedelics and like a physiologically addictive drug, like cocaine or heroin. Someone that's
I
into
understand the
psychedelics.
difference. I understand the difference. I do. I
You,
mean, I haven't
you,
done heroin,
I have
so I
I have
can't.
no interest. I have no interest in anything like cocaine or anything like that. You have to be kidding me. I remember the last time I took cocaine. It felt like I had an opportunity to do more, and it felt like I had whacked both my funny bones real hard. I was like, oh, I could take some cocaine and that would go away.
Well, I know.
That's
Well,
horrible.
each person's going to have their own thing they need. Some people need the uppers. Some people need the downers. Some people are going to take the orange pills, and some people are going to take the black ones.
Yes,
So,
but you see,
I'm,
all I'm saying, man, is psychedelics are something that's totally separate from that. Okay, you know, it's not necessarily uh, the drugs having an effect on you. It's like not necessarily making you happy. It's not like that. It's a
I
some sort of
understand.
yeah.
I understand the distinction. I'm just saying they all have their own thing, and they all have their own thing to every person who takes them. Okay, there's nothing, you know. Unfortunately, pot is sort of generic. I mean, I never really knew anybody who, either they say they didn't get stoned or they had a good time. But I mean, there's nothing. It's like you don't go somewhere bad smoking pot.
So I had a girlfriend who would never smoke it because she had an anxiety attack, and she had like she claimed to have an anxiety attack condition, but it mostly only came up when I wanted to get it on. So I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, well, that's always a trick. Ah, the girl left the room. Guess I didn't talk about her enough. Or whatever, she had a weird ass name.
You're great, Amendham. You're great, man. You
Yeah,
have a
well,
you have a lot
whatever.
of latent power. Latent power, you know. you have a lot of power that you have not unleashed, and the way to unleash it is by accepting feedback from people.
Well, whatever. Feedback for what? Feedback to do what? Feedback how? Feedback. I mean, people aren't. You know, unfortunately, it's just, people can't do much for me. Come on, you gotta turn your mic off. What the hell is that?
Progress against the libertarians, the people that are ruining the planet, they're ruining everything. Progress against those people, man. You know, we all have to come together. I understand some people listening may be libertarians, but you know, the way any libertarian I ever talk to really doesn't understand what's going on at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, these labels don't do a hell of a lot of good though either. You know, because it's, you know, I'm not. You know, there's sometimes conservatives right, sometimes liberals right, sometimes it just depends on the subject. You know, I mean, I'm pretty liberal in my politics, but yeah, I'd be the last one to vote for deficit spending.
Yeah, but deficit spending is a way of life now. You know, we couldn't do without it. It would be a depression. You
But
know,
I'm just saying,
depression.
we have to do with that. We have to do without it because it's toxic. It's cancer. It's a slow death.
That's the collapse that we
Well, I'm
know
just
is
saying
coming.
that's why it doesn't work. You can't do it. That's why I'm not for it. It's because it's a fucking waste of goddamn time.
What? I mean, doing anything? What is a
No,
waste of time?
no, borrowing money. Okay, a
Oh,
government borrowing money is a dead zone. Unless they're going to pay it back within 10 years, it's death.
okay. I agree. It's unsustainable, man. We have a big unsustainable mess. You know, so that's what we have to work on solving.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said. The simple point.
No, I'm not
That's
talking to
why
you, Amanda.
you said we have to do it, and I just said no, we don't have to do it. We choose to do it, and it's a lazy man's approach to solving a problem. Is this idea that we can just borrow the money or we can just print the money? I mean, that's just bullshit.
But we have this horrible crisis. You know, I mean, what is the
We
United
always
States
have a horrible crisis. When do we not have a horrible crisis? There's always a horrible crisis. There's always excuses for fucking goddamn spending money we don't have. That just doesn't wash.
You win.
Well, of course I win, but that's beside the point. Ah, they always come in pairs. The little scaredy ones, the little scaredy girls. I have to have a friend support me when I go on the internet because there's a bunch of crazy fuckers on there. Come on, girls, close your little mic. Come on, hit the little microphone button. It's probably pink on your computer. It's probably a little pink button. Hit the little pink
It's actually
button.
black pink. It's black.
To mute your little button there, so your little microphone's
Oh,
closed,
like
so
you
we
look
don't
any
get
prettier.
feedback. You're just too retarded, are you? You're just too fucking retarded to play
Mute the
Stickam
mic.
right.
Mute
Huh?
the mic.
They won't. They know what the fuck they're doing. They're just too stupid.
Do you like Bertrand
They're
Russell?
too stupid. They're too fucking rude.
You like Bertrand
You're a
Russell?
fucking whore.
Oh fuck Bertrand Russell. Fuck every human being who's ever lived and died. Okay, every dead person go fuck himself. I'm so sick of these dead people. People dragging dead people up and saying, "This dead person said frogs is green." Who fucking cares? I mean, even if frogs are green, I don't need no dead guy to tell me so.
Amendham, am I your friend?
That's a stupid
And what does
word.
that have to do with politics and taxes?
Blah 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 blah.
What does me wanting
Let's
to know?
platitude. Let's platitude
First
each
of all,
other.
let
What
me
does it
explain
have
something.
to do with marbles and mud pies? Well, probably not a goddamn thing, but who fucking cares? I'm still trying to figure out what that blondie-haired guy is doing. That's some weird shit.